Just get the okay. I'll get the stream up. Okay, stream is going. Boom! Hello. YouTube says the stream is starting, and now YouTube says we're live. Guess who's with me, everyone? It's AGeekyChick. Guess who's back? Back again. Geeky's back. Tell a friend. Now, thank you, everyone.
How come I don't see it?
We are up. What are you looking for? It wasn't an event, so you just checked my page.
Okay. I got it now.
Hi, everybody. We are doing the technical difficulties thing that just don't work thing all the time. So I'm just pulling it up the YouTube chat now so I can see you guys talking.
Hey.
I'm going to pull up the chat here so I can see also. Just give me 1 second and then we'll get the show going. If you are watching this as a replay, fast forward about 2 minutes.
Oh, we're so close on the Instagram page. It's 29.
It's up to 29?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I'll keep that up.
All right, awesome. Okay. All right, I have YouTube chat up. All right, let's see who's here. Michael's here. Alicia Newman. Stacy. David. Swoozy. Ah, that's a new one. What's up, Swoozy Cuphead? AMM Truckinardo, a.k.a. Sharknado. Leard Marlin. And AGeekyChick.
I'm here.
She's here. All right, good. That's up. We are ready to go. Stream is here. Pull this up here. All right. Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to rumble? I could probably get fined for that. Okay. My high-tech machine right here, sound machine. Oh, I just closed YouTube chat. That's what I get.
We're not ready.
That's what I get. Shows without technical difficulties, 0. Okay. I got.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel, what's up, buddy? All right. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 36 of Around the Kingdom, a Disney Magic Kingdoms podcast by a guy who's battled bots, collected trophies, caught some butterflies, and collected trophies. Coming to you from somewhere, I'm your host, Steve Squirrel, and finally back in the co-host chair, it's AGeekyChick.
Hey, everyone.
Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this week as we explore the wonderful world of Disney Magic Kingdoms. Before we get started, though, I want to thank all of our Patreons. So Carrie Schumann, Kathy Clausen, Honeybee, Kira, and Tom Higgins, thank you so much for your continued support. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, it's a site where you can pledge a few bucks each month to help support the show. So if you're able to, and you want to help support the show, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Around the Kingdom. There are other ways you can be more involved with the show, too. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We have a really active Facebook group, and it's a great way to stay in touch with me and the community of the show. It's a real small, tight-knit group, so join us up, and it's a great place to make some friends and chat about the game. The links to everything will be in the show notes and can also be found on the show's main Facebook page. The kingdom is always changing, so for reference, this show is being recorded Wednesday evening, June 19th at around 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All right. It's been an interesting week. AGeekyChick, what have you done this week in the kingdom?
Well, I'll start off by saying that I missed 3 days. I've recovered at least 3 times. But other than that, I did buy the Slinky Dog bundle. I didn't need the hot dog stand, but I just bought the bundle. I don't know.
Okay.
um, I've been just leveling random characters. Like no one's maxed out or anything, so no need to list them out. And I've been collecting for Dumbo when I remember to send out the right characters.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So you're collecting for Dumbo now. Do you have the Ringmaster?
I do. That was a gym character, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got.
That was
Once I got to that, I welcomed him.
okay. Awesome. Yeah, he was 500 gems.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a pretty steep purchase, but cool. I'm glad you got him. And that will definitely make the Dumbo a portion of your time go much easier.
Yeah.
So for me, my week in the kingdom, I mean, we'll talk about the mini events in a bit. That was most of my week in the kingdom. So there's, not too much to really talk about otherwise in my week in the kingdom. This is usually the part where I'm just blabble and babble and babble. But for my main storyline, I'm still just working on Timothy Q Mouse. Um, I'm almost done with his feathers, and I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through with his ears. I did not purchase the Ringmaster. Um, I am probably going to hold off on him for right now. We had talked last week about having at least one character that would be available in the Sapphire chest for Christmas. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe he'll just be my Christmas gift. But I don't know. I just don't have that emotional attachment to him, and I don't feel like I need him in the kingdom right now, especially because I'm not in a super rush to complete this content. Because after Dumbo is nothing, So I'm slowing down a little bit. But leveling, I've been leveling nonstop, but my leveling has been a little different than usual. I've really just been working on maxing out characters. I'm working on Shere Khan when I can because I want to get those tokens out of those platinum chests. And then I worked on Lion King characters, and I actually just finished welcoming or leveling Timon to 10, and that was it. I am done. Lion King is fully maxed out. Feels good to have that done, and yeah, super excited. I'm glad that is done, and yeah, it's my first set of characters outside of the main, characters and
Mm-hmm.
storyline that I've maxed out. So
Very nice.
yeah, it feels good. I'm sure you have quite a few sets maxed out by now, huh? No?
Awkward silence.
No? Well,
Mm.
well, I'm really excited that I got one. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let's move on. So yeah. So that's it. So my leveling is it's been really hard. I got a new job, so it's really hard for me to send characters out a lot. So sending characters out for 24 hours was really something good for me. So we'll see how this next week shakes out, though. Um, Lifetime visitors board. I am down to 92,587. So close to that 90,000. So I'm working hard on that. What can I say? Just keep playing. Just keep playing. But soon I'll break through to there. So I hope you guys are all doing well on your leaderboards as well. But that's it. There's lots to talk about that happened in the kingdom this week, but I'll save that for other segments of the show. So let's move on into the newcomer tip of the week. AGeekyChick, what do you got for us this week?
It is an anti-tip. It is going against the tip that a lot of people have always, shared and done, waiting to the last minute in a mini event before you enter, whether it's collecting trophies or something, in order to rank higher and get, the first place prize. So I tried it with Animation Academy, and I came in at rank 1,000. And I saw some other people saying they had similar things happen to them. So I don't know if they had fixed it or what, but I would not recommend doing that if you really, really, really want the end prize.
You know, Yes, I agree. There's been a lot of people in our Facebook group and on Twitter who did and tried the same thing for not only this event, but quite a few of the other mini events that have occurred. And it seems like it's not working. And I feel like the first sign of this was when they took happiness away. When they cut it down, I should say, to 6. Because for happiness events, I'd have like 30 guys just walking around the park with happiness. And then you could wait a day and then just pop 30 happiness and try to get on a board. And I've done that. We've said it on our show many times that this is a viable strategy. So maybe someone said maybe they changed the way leaderboards go. Maybe there's more people. Maybe there's just different algorithm. Who knows? But it definitely seems like you're not the only one who has that problem. So
yeah.
So it looks like you're gonna have to.
I don't think that's a tip to share anymore.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start from the beginning, and just try to work as hard as you can.
Yeah, but that's sometimes you start in the beginning and you end up with the people who use lots of gems, and from the beginning you don't have a chance. So I don't know what the trick to that is going to be.
Yeah, well, it's a work in progress. So we have lots of mini events to talk about. So leave us your feedback. Hit us up on Twitter at ATK Podcast, Facebook.com/ATK Podcast, Facebook group, or any of Geeky's many things, her Discord, all sorts of other places you can hit her up. All of that stuff will be in the show notes. All right. Cool. Well, let's move on. We have a lot to talk about, so let's move on into the game news. Breaking news. So, I was just finished with all the show notes, getting them all finalized, and then this morning we had a drop. Disney Magic Kingdoms dropped it, and it is the new leak, or a teaser, I should say, for what is to come in the kingdom. Now, I'll tie this in with saying that we talked about the June calendar leak, and I was bragging because I called the BattleBots to begin on the 10th. I was super proud of that, and then I made my other predictions, and I failed at every single one of them. I said I expected the teasers to start on the 11th, live stream on the 14th, patch to be on Tuesday the 18th, and the new event to be rope drop on Thursday the 20th. It seems like I'm probably about a week off. My guess is going to be that we were probably going to get a live stream this Friday, which would be the 21st, and then possibly a patch the following Tuesday. So that would be whatever day that would be, next Tuesday. So I guess the 26th. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not going to do math right now, but that's my prediction. Maybe 1 week off. I expect that we have enough as of right. So the leak. Let me go not back. The leak, not the leak. The teaser from Disney Magic Kingdoms says, "Give us 30,000 likes to unlock." And it says, "Kingdomers of Instagram, we've found an enchanting clue to what's coming next in Update 31. We need your help to unlock the mystery." And there is a picture that has 30,000 likes to unlock. And there you can look through and see some sparkles coming out of a keyhole. And it looks like, people are saying that it looks like Mickey's PhilharMagic is behind the keyhole.
Yeah.
So, what do you think this is? Do you have any guesses?
No, I have no idea. I'm stumped, but we're only 400 likes away, so tomorrow I have a real good idea.
Right, yeah.
Because I already know what it is.
Yeah, we're only 400 likes away, so if you're listening and you watch this, probably they've already reached it. If you're watching live, go click on it now and like it. But we won't find out tomorrow anyway. I'm sure they're all home with their families or sleeping by now. But yeah, so we will find out tomorrow what is going on. Super excited to see what this is. It's about time that we got some teasers because we were waiting for so long. So I'm super excited about it. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't have any guesses. One of the things they said, Disney Magic Kingdom said on their Facebook page was like something like, this. Did you see this after you cast your Merlin spell?
I did.
So, but maybe that was significant because they pointed it out directly. So maybe they're doing something with Merlin.
Well, and
And
did you see the Merlin one said we needed 50,000 light? So I didn't understand
yeah,
what that was about.
yeah, the Merlin one said 50,000. This one said 30,000. So I don't know. Maybe they're two different things that will unlock. Maybe the one at 30 and one at 50.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But we got something new coming, and that's what the exciting part is. So we will have to wait and see. All right. So that is the breaking news that we have. So stay tuned to our social media, mine and AGeekyChick's. We will be bouncing off each other and making sure that we keep you guys up to date as soon as we hear stuff with everything there. All right. Other things that happened this week. There was a chance to win 250 gems. Disney Magic Kingdoms posted a video and said, step right up. Try your luck at the new Star Adventurer Sweepstakes and earn a chance to win 250 gems. There was a video, and you had to find the hidden letters in the video, and it looked like the the Star Adventurer game where you shoot down little targets. And you had to unscramble the hidden message, and then submit your answer in the comments. The message was road trip, which relates to I think what's going on in Toy Story 4. So that was a cute little giveaway, and yeah, congratulations to the people that won. I saw someone post in one of the groups that they were one of the winners. So
yeah, I saw that too. Congrats to them.
Congratulations to them. Okay, so moving along, something that's significant. So we want to make sure we talk about it briefly. Is that Disney Magic Kingdoms made a post, and it's important that you understand that this is in context for something that's not Disney Magic Kingdoms making the choice here, but Microsoft. Their post said, attention all Kingdomers using Windows 8 phones. As of July 1st, Microsoft will stop distributing app updates to Windows Phone 8.x or earlier devices. To continue playing Disney Magic Kingdoms, please upgrade your phone to Windows 10 Mobile or contact us using the in-game customer care button to transfer your progress to another platform. And then they give a notice with a link that gives you more information. So the long and the short is, this isn't Disney Magic Kingdom's decision. This is something that Microsoft chose to do. Basically, they are end-of-lifing this operating system, and they're saying we won't let you. We're not going to take new app updates. We're not dealing with this. You can only use Windows 10 from this point moving forward. So Disney Magic Kingdoms has no choice. So if you're using one of these older Windows 8 phones, try to upgrade. See if your phone is eligible to go to the newer version of the operating system. If it's not, go ahead and open up a ticket, and you can transfer your game to either, and like it said, another platform like iOS or Android, possibly even maybe Windows for your computer. But you'll have to contact Gameloft customer care, open up a ticket with them, see what you can do, or update your phone. So that's that. Geeky, do you know anyone who has an old phone like this?
No, I don't. I think I saw some people were kind of confused with it, so it's good to kind of clear that up. That it's, only Windows phones who are having this issue and Windows 8.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the info. If you have any more information, need any more information, contact Gameloft. All right. Then the other exciting thing that happened this week is the Slinky Dog Dash became available on Friday. The attraction cost 300 gems and can also be bought in the bundle that has the Slinky Dog Dash and the hot dog concession stand. You get the dog theme there. Hot dog, Slinky Dog. For $9.99 US. It came out at a time where it was advertised that it drops trophies. And this just happened to drop in the middle of all of these trophy mini events, where a lot of the things that used to drop trophies don't drop trophies anymore. So this was definitely a nice way to entice people to get the attraction. So you said you got it, right? You bought the bundle?
I did.
What do you think of the Slinky Dog Dash?
It's cute. I remember seeing it on the live stream and I wanted it. I didn't win. Like, some people won. So I wanted to, I knew I was going to get this one. It was just a matter of spend the gem or spend like the cash for the bundle. And I just did the bundle because lately I've been using my gems in the events when you can like open one chest a day or something for things where there's not a bundle and you have to use gems. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I I'm pretty much done with those one chest a day things. I want to slam my head into a wall with those. But I was saving up my gems. I did save up enough to get Sporky and the Slinky Dog Dash. So I had just enough for them. So I bought bought this attraction with gems, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later during the Is It Worth It segment. For
Wait,
why
what's Forky?
Forky?
We can get him already?
No, no, but I saved up enough
Oh,
for him. Because
that's
he's
right.
500 gems.
Okay.
So
What?
yeah, so I saved up enough, but no, I call him Sporky. He's really a spork. Um, but
Okay.
but yeah, so I bought him with gems, and we'll talk more about that in the Is It Worth It segment. Um, why I bought him with gems and not with the bundle money, like a lot of times I do.
Okay.
So, what do you think of the attraction? How do you think about how it looks and all that's good stuff.
Oh, I like it. I like the bright colors and things. I don't have the toy made, but I feel really cute, next to the other Toy Story buildings, the red, it's cute. I've never been to Disney World. Is that where this one is at? So I've
Yeah.
never seen the real life one, but it's cute and we kind of have Slinky. I know it's one of the characters people always wanted. That and what Mr. Potato Head is one of the Toy Story characters. You always hear people saying, "Oh, I wish we would get those." So in a way, we now have Slinky, so I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean everyone loves the character. I actually, I had mentioned before when we were just at Disney a few months ago, it was my daughter and my favorite ride. When we were down
Hmm.
there, absolutely loved it. Have some great pictures of us, riding it, and the way that they did the attraction in the game does it justice. It actually is really cool, and they did a great job with it. It looks fantastic. So yeah, very happy with that and the way that it worked out. All right, cool. Well, let's get into. Were there any events, any mini events or anything that happened this week?
Were there?
Yeah.
No. Are you
No.
being sarcastic? I'm like, wait, what? That's all we had.
That's all we had. It's been a week of mini events, and they have been a lot of them. It's been very tiring. How let's before we
Yeah.
get into it, how have you been feeling about this slew of mini events? Are you feeling? So I guess it's like, are you energized? Do you feel fatigued? What are your thoughts?
Well, like when we first started getting them at the first couple, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is great. And then I don't know, but I kind of already felt like it was like I don't know, like a dead weight on top of the costume, having to plunge through all of these events. And many events like this, they don't really give you any time to slack off because, you're competing against the leaderboard. Although some of them do have the milestone,
Right.
which is good, but it was a lot. It is a lot, especially back to back to back. I know that we have complained about the event pacing, before, but I think I would prefer event pacing over back to back mini event because I just felt like, you can't miss a day because you miss a day, you've pretty much missed a whole event.
Yeah, it's been hard, and everyone's really what people are saying. And I'd say the second most requested thing next to more land is give us a break between events, right? Like
Yeah.
you have a tower challenge, and then like you have a week and a half, and then you're into your next event, and then you have a week, 2 weeks off, and it wasn't a lot of time between events, and people had pointed out that it's progressively gotten less time between events,
Hmm.
and now you're getting hit with mini event after mini event after mini event, and literally there's no, traditionally at least, I'm used to seeing a mini event occur like a 2-day mini event, and then it ends at rope drop, and then you'd have a full day. You'd have like 24 hours, and then the next mini event would start at rope drop the next day. But we had overlapping events that would two at a time. And it's been literally as soon as one ends, the next one begins, and it's been the same event back to back to back, with the trophies. So
I remember seeing them
busy.
overlapping. Like I had, you logged in and you think you're working on one, and then you see somebody post in a Facebook group talking about them. I'm like, wait, how come I'm not on that event? And then I log in and it's like, oh, they're both happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a lot. That being said, it's kept me very busy and kept me very engaged because the enticement is the Bo Peep fabric. Bo Peep's scalloped fabric was available through the leaderboards during these mini events, in addition to milestone prizes. So I am at this point just one fabric away from having all of the blue scalped ones. So I don't even need to really try in this trophy event because the last place on the leaderboard gets one fabric. So, or at least up to like 5,000th place. So as long as I log into the game and tap something, I'll get on the leaderboard. But yeah. So what about you? How are you doing so far with the fabrics?
Well, like I told you, I missed a few days in the game this week, and then I kind of just, I don't know. I want to say I felt overwhelmed. So I just stopped. I have 12. So it's not like I stopped early. Like I gave it a good try. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll get her. They say it's permanent. So these fabrics got to keep popping up, or maybe they'll go to Merlin's shop, or maybe I'll have to buy them. But I will take my chances with that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into it. So last week where we left off, the BattleBots. We were in the midst of BattleBots Part 2, and there were lots of BattleBots happening. During the BattleBots event, there were, let's see, so there were milestones were 2,000 magic at 6, a silver chest at 12, the sushi concession at 23, and then a Big Hero 6 chest at 38. And then obviously the leaderboard event for or the prize was the Animation Academy. I busted my chops. Chops were busted, and I did wind up getting the Animation Academy. Super excited about that. Threw it right down in my kingdom, right next to Slinky Dog Dash, and super happy to have that in my kingdom. It felt really good to get that. Did you already have the Animation Academy?
No, I didn't get it the first time, and I tried the first time, and then this time I tried to do the trick. I got tricked. I didn't get it, so.
Oh, right. The last minute trick. Gotcha. So, yeah. All right. Well, hopefully it will come around again soon. If not, you can borrow mine.
Yeah.
I'll
be knocking on your door.
Yeah, you can have it. I'll draw it and send it over to you. I'll mail you a drawing that I've learned how to animate at the Academy. But okay. So, and then we had so the Lighter Than Air, which was the koi blimps, that ended last week. So we were into trophies. Striking Gold number 59. So Striking Gold number 59 had again, they had milestones of magic at 20, a fabric at 40, silver chest at 60, and another fabric at 80. And it had 3 fabrics, 2 fabrics, 1 fabric on their on the leaderboards. When we were done with those trophies, as soon as they ended, more trophies began. Trophies event number 60 began, or Striking Gold, I should say, event. This one had 4 fabrics available through milestones. So at 20, 40, 70, and 90 trophies, you had the ability to get 1 fabric at each of those milestones. And then There was the blue scalloped fabric tokens. You had 3 for top 50, 2 for top 100, and then 1 through 1600th place. So that was pretty consistent. Then we had number 61. So when you thought you were done with trophies, you weren't done with trophies. They came back with event number 61. This time, you had milestone rewards of magic at 30, another fabric at 50, silver chest at 80, and another fabric at 100. So they've make it progressively harder as this has gone along to get the milestone prizes. And same leaderboard events. All right, so then we got a break and we got something different. We got the butterflies. Did you play with the butterflies, Geeky? Did you like them as a tapper? What were your thoughts on them?
They're easy. They're a little bit easier, but they always like to go, like, just how everybody out to one section of the park. That's how the butterflies would go to that same park, and so I'd have like one corner with every character in the game and the butterflies, and it's just a lot trying to. I don't know why they all like crowd one section of the park, but yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely, for me, I find it's like 6, 7, we'll clutter together in one of those areas, but then there's like 2 or 3, yeah. 3 will kind of be close, and then there's that one butterfly, that's
way somewhere hidden
behind a building, talking to Pluto, who's sitting down playing the tuba somewhere. I mean, it's always that one butterfly, and like. I'll have like 5 minutes to play. I'll clear everyone. I'll clear 9 butterflies. And then I have to sit there and I'm like going through each little, and like people are waiting on me and I'm going through the park and I'm like, come on, where are you?
That's me, like before bed. I'm like, you try to, I just want to go to sleep, but I gotta find one last thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this was Your Toast. This was the first time that it came out. As a mini event, so the milestone prizes were bronze chest at 20, fabric at 40, 2 gems at 60, and 2 fabric at 80. And then ranks 1 through 150 got 2 blue scallop fabric tokens, and 151 through 450 got 1, and then the rest got magic. So by tabulation at the end. At this point, if you had gotten the top leaderboard prize and all of the milestones, you'd have 29 of 30 fabrics. So that's where I'm at. I did a lot of chop busting. And so now I just need one more, which of course now comes in striking gold, number 62, because I needed more trophies in my life. Yes. So... striking gold has a magic at 40 for milestones, a bronze chest at 70, 3 gems at 100, and then 1 fabric at 130. So they're making you work for that one. But then on the leaderboard also you can get 4, 3, 2, or 1 fabric on there. So that is it. That's been leaderboard madness, mini event madness. Ryan in the chat said that do you think that there'll be more mini events for the Bo Peep fabric after the Toy Story stuff drops on Friday? The goals are definitely getting harder. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they said the costume was permanent. So to me, I don't know if there's going to just keep on being mini events, but I figure it has to be available to us. You know what I mean?
Somehow, yes. But I feel like this mini event is like an event. I feel like it's an event of mini events. If that makes sense, right? Like, it's just taking the place. It's been, what is it, a week and a half that this has been going on? Or at least feels like it, yeah. It's the BattleBots started last Monday, and there was a mini event before that. So we're probably closing in on almost 2 weeks of back-to-back mini events. So it's been an event of mini events. And this event was to collect these fabrics. I don't believe that they will be available once the Toy Story stuff drops on Friday. I feel like when these events are over, the fabric will be put into Merlin's shop. But I don't feel like in the future, when you're just doing mini events, there's going to be the tokens as milestone rewards, tokens as prizes, or fabrics as prizes. It's just I don't see that being feasible. They're going to offer other rewards or other prizes. So,
I agree with that. It'll be available in some form, maybe not for mini events. I'm hoping that it's not still in mini events.
Yeah, I think Merlin's shop is the most likely, either that or some character dropping them. Even better. As a legendary fabric, or an event or an attraction. I mean, we don't know anything about the Western Arcade yet and what that drops, right? So maybe
some people have it.
Not the Western Arcade, the new one, the Star thing, whatever it is. I have Star Mapper, Star whatever, the shooter one. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, who knows what that will drop? Maybe it will be like the Haunted Mansion and it will drop legendary fabrics. So we'll have to see. But I don't know. That is a good question, though. Thanks for the question. And Alicia said we just hit 30,000 likes on Instagram. So, breaking news, we've hit the milestone. So now we have to wait for Disney Magic Kingdom's people to wake up in the morning and get us the information. So, cool. We'll find out in the morning. By the time you're listening to this on the podcast, we'll probably already know. So we'll see.
You come to the Facebook group and talk about it.
Yes. But all right. So that's the mini events. Anything else you want to touch on these? Your thoughts or anything else you want to throw out there?
The Golden Trophy event used to be my favorite mini event. I feel like it's worn out, and it's kind of crazy now that they've switched out who drops the trophies. So, I don't know.
I wonder if that is just for this event of mini events, or if that's a permanent change. That's actually a really good question that I should inquire with Gameloft about, because that's a really good question. Because a lot of the times on Is It Worth It in the segment, that's a big contributing factor to whether people buy an attraction, with gems or magic or elixir. That's a draw, is that it's something that drops trophies. And if now we have a lot of these trophy droppers that aren't dropping trophies anymore, it makes a difference. I mean, the Kraken sucks, right? Like, who likes the Kraken? Okay, it's like, and the only reason I ever put it out is because a trophy event starts. So I'll just throw a couple of things or concessions or something else aside. I'll throw out the Kraken during the trophy event, and then as soon as the trophy event's over, the Kraken goes back to storage. Yeah. So, but now I know that he dropped some pirate stuff, but it's not. Is it worth it? No, to begin with, but it becomes even less valuable. It changes the value of attractions. Like if you had like a rating system, like kind of like an Is It Worth It, but like if you were tabulating a rating system of what attractions are worth, and you put you had different criteria. So you had collects tokens, you had size, how fast it drops, or collects, or all that stuff. Trophies would be something there. So in essence, they'd be devaluing attractions by doing this. So I don't know if it's. I wonder. We'll have to see. I hope it's not a permanent change. I hope it was just for this event.
Yeah, me too.
Anything else you got?
No, that's all.
Okay. All right. So be prepared. I'm guessing there'll be another mini event. So this one ends tomorrow, which is Thursday. Actually, no, there might not be another one. So here's the other interesting thing: is tomorrow is when we get there's the Winnie the Pooh chest, right? The Winnie the Pooh legendary chest is tomorrow at Rope Drop. And so everyone was speculating around why is there a Winnie the Pooh legendary chest dropping. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with what's going to be revealed tomorrow?
No, the Big Hero one didn't have any.
The Big
Right?
Hero one had to do with BattleBots because the Big Hero 6
Oh,
characters
you're right.
directly interact with BattleBots. But
Maybe.
there's always a reason. They don't just throw random legendary chests out there.
So maybe another mini thing with Pooh? One of Pooh's mini events?
But what do you need Pooh specifically for in a mini event?
I have to go back and look at the wiki for the Pooh event. Did they have a BattleBots? Their form of BattleBots?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope they didn't.
Bees.
Battle
Alicia
Bees.
in the chat says Battle Bees.
Oh, there were Battle Bees. Oh, for the new attraction.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, it's going to be a long 5 days. Oh, man. Oh, no. Battle Bees for the new attraction? Oh. It's like I'm so worn out from 2 weeks of mini events. Or for the Barnstormer. Daniel thinks maybe it's for the Barnstormer. Yeah. Oh, we have 1 day and 13 hours. The Winnie the Pooh chest comes out on Friday. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. But we'll see what's going on. Something's coming, though. So be prepared. Because something is definitely coming. Be prepared. Sorry, I just... Too much Lion King. I've just been hitting the Lion King button so much. Okay. All right, well, with that, let's move in on to the Disney Dad Joke of the Week. I see your excitement already. Okay. So, AGeekyChick.
Yeah?
What did Daisy Duck say when she was buying new lipstick?
I don't know. What did she say?
You could put that on my bill.
Yeah. That's cheesy. It's funny.
All right. You're welcome. All right, let's move on into... Is it worth it? All right, Is It Worth It is a segment where we talk about premium characters and attractions. And today we've got a double feature. I have what I had here, but then I had an interesting discussion with Daniel Guizard today, good guest and friend of the show, and admin of the Disney Magical Kingdoms Champions group. And so make sure you check that group out. It's an awesome group. We had a little discussion, but I want to get to that in a minute. So we're going to talk about Slinky Dog Dash. Is it worth it? The bundle is only available for another 2 days. So if you're going to get it, you're going to make the decision to get it. You need to do so now. It might not come back as a bundle. So the Slinky Dog Dash, let's talk about it. It is 300 gems to get, or you can get it for $9.99 with the hot dog stand bundle. So let's talk about this for a second. So it drops trophies, and it also drops character tokens for both Ducky and Bunny. So it seems like it's a pretty good investment to have, especially going into the new content that we're going to be getting that releases this Friday. Everything becomes available. That's another interesting thing, is that the Winnie the Pooh chest is available the same day that the new content becomes available. But okay, so here's the one thing that... Okay, so first off, what's your thoughts on the Slinky Dog Dash as an is it worth it kind of attraction?
Like, just first off, like you said, it drops a trophy and it drops characters for both Ducky and Bunny. So, yeah. The hot dog stand, I don't know about the bundle, though. I said, I got the bundle, but I don't know if the bundle is necessarily like the best deal. But 300 gems is more than $10. So
Yeah. So you're saying yes, it's worth it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be helpful, I guess. I
Yes.
mean,
It's
I
hard to.
don't have a problem with like worth it. I don't know, but will it help? Yeah.
Right.
And to me, I like rides that drop character tokens because it's like a no brainer. You know what I mean? You don't have to. I mean, once you put that in your park, every time you collect from it, you have a chance.
Right.
And I like that, just a silent collector for tokens. I love that.
Yes, completely agree. Now, but here's the thing, and is it worth it? Is you have to keep in mind when we ask the question. This is just a reminder for you, me, and everyone listening to the show. Is we're comparing when we say is it worth it? We're comparing it to if someone has 300 gems and
Hmm.
they had a bunch of different things to buy, they would say to you, "I have 300 gems to buy. I can get the Slinky Dog Dash, or I could get this thing, or this thing, right? Like you have different things that you could get. So you'd say, like, is it worth it? Or should I save my gems for something else? You know? And
Hmm.
obviously, if they said, should I get this or get Maximus? I'd say get that and not Maximus, because we all know my thoughts on good old Maxi. But when it comes to other things, like the Kraken, I would say definitely get Slinky Dog Dash over the Kraken. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's some commotion going on. Things are falling all over the place.
I'm sorry, my
That's
dog, and I had to text my husband to get him out. He was
dog.
like licking my
There is a dog
feet.
interrupting the show. We're gonna get him on the show as a special guest.
He has a
But
cone on his head right now, so he's not
oh,
happy.
the cone of shame.
Mhm.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, sorry for the side thing. So going back to what we were talking about. So here's what I think. I think that dropping for both Ducky and Bunny is awesome and huge, especially
Mhm.
moving into this new content that everyone wants to get.
Mhm.
Dropping trophies is another huge draw. Um,
Mhm.
I think that 300 gems is an appropriately priced um, gems for an attraction like this. I think that it's fair. Um, but here's where the confusion comes in, is that the pricing seems really off for the bundle. And the reason I say that is that for if you look at Ringmaster, okay, Ringmaster, King Louis, um, those are 500 gem characters, right? So they cost 200 more than the Slinky Dog Dash, and you get an extra 100 gems, and you're paying $9.99. So you're getting a good discount for purchasing the bundle, and you're getting your character, and you're getting extra gems. In this case, you're getting the Slinky Dog Dash, which is only 300 gems, and then you're getting the hot dog stand, which is, I don't know, usually 60, 75 gems, whatever they might be when they go into the shop. So you're only getting 375 gems instead of 600 gems of value for $9.99. So I think that is it worth it for the gems is absolutely, but I would say no for the bundle.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I have like you feel like I was like I feel like they should come with gems. Like before I bought it, going back and looking to see exactly what I would get, and so now I guess I know why I felt that way because in the past something like this for $10 would have came with extra gems. But I think also like when you're talking about though, is it worth it? It also matters where you are in the game for a
Right.
lot of things because say if you already had like Ducky and Bunny or something, it wouldn't be worth it, you know?
Right.
So that affects a lot of like when you if it's worth it. But this coming out so timely to new content, yeah, definitely.
Yes. So All right. So yes, and Daniel said it, and Daniel posted on this too, is that he said that the gems seemed much more worth it than the bundle. And Daniel is someone who always buys the bundle. So coming from Daniel, you can take that with a grain of salt and really know that he knows what's valuable and what's not. So I think that he definitely thinks it's an awesome attraction, and I agree. I think it's awesome, but I think that the gems is the better route to go for this. So now I want to talk about something else. Daniel and I were having a discussion today. So this is It Worth It Part 2 about Bo Peep's costume. So all we know about Bo Peep's costume right now, okay, is that it does drop one of the tokens for, I believe it's Ducky. Or maybe it's Bunny. It drops one token for one character when she's in that costume. We don't know if they'll have more use for it in the future, but the point is kind of like with the Ringmaster when you want to look at something of that nature is that you can still collect all the tokens you need for Ducky and Bunny without getting Bo Peep's costume. Don't need it, right? Will it help it go faster? Absolutely, but it's not necessary. And here's where for me, it's important to say like whether or not it's worth it. When you have the perspective, you have to look at things from different perspectives. When I get to the point where I have every attraction, or even come close to having just about everything I need, then it's much easier to just be like, get everything, because I want everything. I want to get everything I can get my hands on in the game. But I really try to, when I say is it worth it, I really want to make a comparison to someone who's just been playing 6 months, or even at my point, a year, and I don't have all the elixir stuff. How much? So, side note, how much elixir stuff do you have, Geeky? Do you have everything in Merlin's shop, or are you missing lots of stuff?
I'm missing Toy Story Mania. There's like whatever the attractions are, because they're all like 30 a piece.
Yes.
And I think the only attraction that I bought Davy Jones organ.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one that was in there?
Yep.
And so, but I'm missing, I know like at least a couple of attractions from there.
Right. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, Jumpin' Jellyfish just got upgraded to drop Michael Darling, ears recently.
I have that one.
There's the 2 Aladdin attractions. There's the Toy Story Mania. There's Carousel of Progress. There's Davy Jones Organ.
Okay, those are the 2: Carousel of Progress and Toy Story Mania.
Yep. There's Toy Alien. I mean, I would tell people get Toy Alien first. Depending on, certain situations. So it's hard for me to say that Bo Peep's costume is worth it, because the only way we can talk about getting it right now is through elixirs. And I can't see 12,000 elixirs being more valuable to someone in my position, your position, or even a newer position, than getting an attraction. But, it's hard to say. I guess in your case, if the only thing you had to choose between would be Toy Story Mania, Carousel of Progress, and the costume would probably be your best choice because it does do something.
Yeah.
Right now, Carousel of Progress, Toy Story Mania do nothing, right? So you have to evaluate what you have and what your other options are. And it's different for everyone. So it's just really, is it worth it for us to say, is it worth it? It's really more about, if you have other choices, is this a better choice over other things? Because of what it does.
There's also the pirate costume fabric that's Merlin Elixir, or if you have, was it Davy Jones?
Mm-hmm.
I chose to not spend elixir on it, and I just farm it. And if it takes me forever, it just takes me forever because, I'm so afraid something really important is going to show up there, or another character is going to show up there. And I would be devastated if I spent all my elixir on a costume or an attraction that I didn't need, and then they put like a character that I would want. So I purposely, even in my video, I said I'm not going to buy any of the elixir fabric until I had all of the other ones. And then I would make the decision on if it was worth it to me, depending on where I was in the game at that point.
Right. No, I completely understand. I did the same thing. Like I saw like all the elixir for the Davy Jones fabrics and the pirate fabrics, and I said, I'm just buying. I'm just I'm just gonna buy Davy Jones, and I
Yeah.
bought the bundle, and then I just kept sending them out for 4 hours.
Hmm.
And I just didn't think about it. Like I did my events, I did my tower challenges. I just kept hitting the 4 hour button on him, and eventually I collected enough fabrics. It took a while, but so I'm hesitant to spend my elixir on anything that's not in that respect. So
John had a good point with the new happiness changes. Before, nobody was safeguarding unless you were. Safeguarding is actually something more people are considering and doing. So that makes elixir even more valuable.
yeah, exactly. Elixir is the most valuable commodity in this game. There you cannot purchase it with money. You cannot purchase it with gems. You can't get it. I mean, you can buy chests and then just throw what you have in chests into, a thing and then spend your magic and blow up stuff. But really what it comes down to is that's terrible money to elixir ratio that you're going to get.
Yeah.
So I really highly recommend, unless you've been playing this game for 2 years, you save your elixirs as much as you can. There's just so much content to get with elixirs. I have a ton of stuff to get. So Daniel said Bo Peep is worth it to some extent depending on your situation. The good thing is that it's permanent. Yes, it's and that's the point I'm really trying to make here is that everyone's is it worth it situation is different, and I think that you need to evaluate. Don't just say yes, it's worth it and go. Especially even my advice when I have this segment, it's make sure you evaluate your other options and see what's the better option to spend. All I try to do when I have this segment is give you some advice to like things that we think are good and are valuable and things that aren't. Like I would pass on Maximus, for example. He is valuable though. He does collect tokens, but in the long run he's not. But I just like to pick on him anyway. But anyway, that's the point of the discussion. Any other comments or ideas or thoughts you have on that, Kiki? I talked a lot.
No, I think we covered a lot of it. I think you could probably do elixir, and I know something just has to change. We
Yeah.
need more ways to get it. I don't know, even if it was like a mini event where the goal is to get a lot of elixir.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for talking. Thank you, Daniel, for having an awesome conversation with me and, always just being a really awesome part of the community. So, yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Feature report. Feature report. Feature report.
All right. Feature report is a segment where we talk about ideas or features we'd like to see implemented into the game. All right. So this one is from Will. Will emailed into the show and had an idea for a custom quest. Will wrote, "My schedule changes a lot from week to week. Sometimes I can check DMK every hour, and sometimes I can check the game only every 12 hours. So I'd love to be able to make a custom quest so that I can maximize the amount of magic that I'm making. For example, Maximus has only a 4-hour quest he can do by himself. So I'd love to be able to make a longer quest. When you scroll through the quest bar, at the bottom would be a custom quest slot that would cost something like 10,000 magic. When you tap the button, it would ask you how long you'd want the quest to be. Then you could pay the 10,000 magic. You could only make the quest time even numbers since there's no odd number quest times in the game yet. The quest wouldn't earn any tokens, but just magic and experience. The magic experience amount would be the same that it would be for any other character for that amount of time. You'd be able to delete the quest if you wanted to change the amount of time that the quest would be, but you'd have to spend another 10,000 magic to make the new quest. Woo! So, what do you think of that? Tell me, Geeky.
I don't think I would use that. Usually the amount, I'm fine with it. The 24 hours or 246, those usually work well for me. And usually, once characters are leveled to a certain point, they can go out for a while, or just in the.
Yeah, it's interesting. I really like the idea because uh, I would love to make Maximus valuable again. Um, you'd have to do some math and see, how much time it would take you to earn back that magic. So, like, for example, in this case, you have 10,000 magic, and let's divide that by 70, which is, the 2 hours. Right, so you'd have to send your character out 143 times at 2 hours just to make your 10,000 magic back. So that number doesn't seem logical for 10,000. I could see 1,000 magic. And I could see the slot being permanently unlocked, right?
Yeah.
So that, if you decided, okay, I'd rather have Maximus go out for 10 hours instead of 8 hours, you could delete the quest and then create a 10-hour quest. But I think it's a great idea. I think it would let you want to use characters more. Like when I'm trying to decide what characters I'm using when I send characters home, I try to use characters that have 2-hour quests and 8-hour quests that are solo. Because that's just how I check the game most frequently. That might be changing with my new job, but typically that's how it worked best for me. And so a lot of characters that I enjoyed playing with would get eliminated sometimes because they only had a maximum of a 6-hour quest, or 12. So I would choose other characters over them because of the length of time of quests available. So I like the idea of a custom slot because it would allow you to kind of use the characters that at the time you might want to use more. Mm-hmm. So that's my thoughts on that. So thank you. Well, that was an awesome email. So thank you so much. All right. Let's see. From Kathy. Kathy says, I think it would be awesome if we could flip the order back and forth for tasks. I'd still want to keep the tokens on top. However, when flipped, your longest task would be the first, with the shortest task at the bottom. I would use this for my bedtime tasks to eliminate scrolling. Geeky, what do you think?
I like that one. I could see using that one just to be able to. Yeah, I like that. It seems simple enough, but it would help. Anything to save time.
Yeah.
Is always good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like it. But here's the thing. There's just a lot of characters that have 24-hour, 12-hour, sometimes even 10-hour quests. Mm-hmm. So you're still going to be scrolling, right? Yeah. Not as much. You're not going to be like... Some characters have like pages that you have to fly through. But like, if a character's at 10, you're still going to have your send home at top. Then you might have a token quest in the middle. Then below that, you're going to have your 24-hour quest or a 12-hour quest. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have your 8 below that. So you're not going to have them all on the same screen. So it's a good idea, but it's not going to be as flawless and seamless as you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good idea. So thank you, Kathy. All right. A quick one from Elliot. Elliot says, I'd like to have an icon next to the character quests that have animations. What do you think?
Have an icon next to character quests with animation?
Right. So like if a character's going to be out and doing something in the park, have like a little icon showing that he's not just going to run into a house and disappear for 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Because for a lot of people, that's one of the, top things they enjoy in the game. You always see screenshots. People like to zoom in and watch their characters interact. So, Yeah, because sometimes it is like when you're first getting to know your character, and then you see them on a quest, and they just run inside, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree. And there's lots of cool. Like we were talking the other day. Someone had asked what was our favorite animation in the game and why. So let me ask you, what's your favorite animation of character? You know, like on a quest or something.
Um, I like. I don't even the Eeyore one when he's floating, but I don't even know.
Yes, I love that
Yeah.
one. I that was my honorable mention. Um, and you know, someone said all the dwarves lining up, you know, washing their
Oh yes.
faces. But I have a
The
new
trick or treating one is fun too,
yes. But
because everyone's together.
I have a new favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mowgli
Mm-hmm.
who when he's riding on Baloo's belly while Baloo
Oh
is in the
yeah,
water upside down. That's so cute.
yeah, that one's a good one.
That's so cute. I absolutely love that animation. And I think that a lot of times when you're playing this game and you kind of are just in the game and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
in there to flow through, you don't really realize that your character's even out on animations, and you because you're just kind of clicking through.
Yeah.
And so it'd be nice to know, like, oh, you know, what are they gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what I was thinking too. I was looking through my Aladdin quests, and he still has a lot of different quests that he has to do, and I thought to myself, I wonder if these other quests have animations. Like,
Yeah.
like when I get the Sultan to level 10, am I going to be thinking, oh, I need to make sure that see what new quests and tasks he has? I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do
No.
that when you unlock a character? Do you check to see like what new things? Like, I don't.
No.
I don't. So it'd be cool, like if I was like, you know what, I have the Sultan. I can flip through and see like, oh, he has animations for all these different tests. Let me send him out with Aladdin for 10 hours and see what happens. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would actually be a really really great idea.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, Elliot. I appreciate that. That was on Twitter. Um, and then, so here's another thing that I wanted to talk about for a feature report that I saw. This was in the Disney Magical Kingdom Champions group by a user who I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the user, but he said about the possibility of having gems as rewards in chests. And then someone also mentioned elixirs. And then someone said, well, maybe this is going to be something that's in the new chest system. So what do you think? You know, is it time for a change? Time to change things up with putting some different things in, like gems or elixirs? You know, what are your thoughts on that?
I would love for elixirs to be in there. That would help out so much. I the gems. I mean, what do you think? It'd probably be like I don't know, because I'm looking at how the chests are now, and I figured the gems would probably be like a and like if it was between like what is it, the Western Arcade that's in a chest, or two gems, and you buy your bundle or something, and you're guaranteed your legendary, and I get five gems instead of the. I'd be kind of upset. You know what I mean? Like because I would rather have my. I don't want anything competing with the item I'm already trying to get in there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I wouldn't want gems instead of those items, but there are 3 slots, right? The first thing you do when you open up a chest is
Yeah.
boom, you get your happiness, right?
Mhm.
And your happiness, there's different tiers, right? So you can
Yeah.
get 1, 2, 3 happiness depending on the chest you open, right?
Mhm.
Then you have your second slot, we'll call it, right? And that's your magic slot. And
Mhm.
you can also get different levels of that. You can, between, common, uncommon, rare, you can have different levels of magic.
Yeah.
So why not either add another slot, because they do that like with grumpy tokens, so
Mhm.
and with those other chests that you can purchase. So there can be 4 slots, and have something else in that slot, like maybe magic, and then or just elixirs, and you can have like 5 elixir, 10 elixir, 20 elixir,
Yeah.
for the different levels, or um, or like even like in the happiness slot, like instead of happiness, make it like legendary to get like 5 gems, and just have a chance of getting legendary items in different slots, so that it's not taking up your prize slot.
Yeah.
But you have the chance of getting legendaries and epics and things in other slots.
Yeah.
Right?
That would work.
Yeah, just a thought on that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm really, really excited. I mean, Disney Magic Kingdoms keeps pumping up the fact that Update 31 is going to be massive. That's what they keep saying. And so it might be right around the corner. And, it might be a completely... I don't know. It could be huge. So I'm really excited for what possibilities we have with Update 31.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have a feature you'd like to see implemented, please write in using any of the show's various social media platforms and let us know. Your idea could be on next week's show. All right. So someone was just mentioning in chat. Oh, Sharknado was just mentioning in chat. Do we have anything from Tom Wright? No, it's been too long. Tom Wright, we need you to get a Brave or Pocahontas concept so that we can feature it on next week's show. If you know Tom Wright, he's in many of the Disney Facebook groups. Tag him. Create a post and tag him. And tag him again. Tag me. Tag GeekyChick. And bug him and say, get him a concept. But Tom, if you're listening, let's shoot me a message and give me some good stuff. We do miss it. The fans miss it. I miss it. So let's do that. All right. So next is the question. GeekyChick, do you want to read this question? Do you have that up?
Let me see. Let me catch up. The via Twitter one?
Yes.
Okay. What's your leveling strategy? I try to get people up to level 8 at baseline, what I consider useful in a tower challenge. So I do shorter level up during the day to get to that point and then use nights for the 8 to 16 hour if I decide to go beyond level 8. And that was from Sandy on Twitter. So it kind of sounds like mine. I mean, like level 8, is that the one you like? I stop where it's like the 16 hours. Like I have a lot of people like the 16 and the 24, and I'll save that, for when I just know I won't need to level anybody up. There's going to be a surprise event character or something, and long levels at nighttime, or just busy throughout the day. I mean, it sounds like you got the strategy. Do you do something different?
My leveling strategy changes every week. It does, because I'll have different goals. Typically, my goals, when I'm going and really trying to level hard, leveling it's obviously important to get your timing right. But for me, I like to diversify who I'm sending out to maximize the number of people that can collect. Right? It's just about investment of your time on return. Right? I hate to make a mathematical formula about this, but it is true. If you're just sending people, if people are sitting at home, they're not doing anything. They're being completely unproductive, and you're getting magic. You're getting a third of the magic or an eighth of the magic you'd normally collect. So I like having people out and collecting tokens. So I'll send someone out from Princess and the Frog to level, and then the next thing I'll do is send a Lion King character out to level, and then I'll send, and depending on the time. So I'll do a 4-hour from Winnie the Pooh, and then a 2-hour from Wreck-It Ralph, and then a 4 hour. And I try to get it so that my characters are all collecting tokens. And then once I kind of have that, then I'll throw a 16 or a 24 out there, just to get someone up. You kind of gotta make those moves happen anyway. But it's more important to me to have people out and collecting than to just worry about getting numbers. I don't want to just keep sending, I don't want to send Tiana to 9 or to 8, and then Naveen to 8, and then, Dr. Facilier to 8, because then all of my characters that are in Princess and the Frog are collecting, but people elsewhere aren't. So that's my general strategy. A lot of times I also try to focus, and do a little bit of extra research and focus on characters that haven't been balanced yet and prioritize those over other characters. We've talked about this a lot on the show. Morgan from our team, the show's team, has posted, a list of all the characters that have been balanced and ones that haven't. So I'm like Winnie the Pooh, for example, and I think we were talking about Bambi, and there's a couple of other character sets, Lion King, bunch of that haven't been balanced yet that are going to get balanced and going to be harder to level. So kind of prioritizing them first is also something that I try to do, because again, you want to maximize time. So those are things I take into consideration. And then sometimes how much I can play, I take into consideration. If I don't have a lot of time to play, then I can't be having everyone go out, right? Because when you have everyone go out, you're spending a lot of time collecting and then sending people back out. So more recently, I haven't been doing the maximizing collection and more like minimizing the number of people to send out. And I've just been sending a lot of people out on 24-hour quests or whatnot, just to have less going on. So it really, there's so many different leveling strategies I have. So that's it. I've rambled on long enough. Do those make sense? Do I sound like a complete moron?
I was following.
You followed?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you followed. Everyone else is zoned out somewhere else. It's the end of the show, and they're like, why does he just keep talking? All right. So let's wrap it up here. Please stick around in the YouTube chat. We will stick around for a few more minutes after the show to talk and answer some questions.
I'll do one question, because I did ask for some, so I'll just pick one.
I'm sorry. Do you have questions? Yeah, go ahead. Please,
Okay.
Let's take your questions. Sorry about that.
Angela said, do you think that DMK will make available things that the new and old players have a chance to get? And yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll come back around.
What were they?
Like the comfy costumes, like if you missed out on the comfy costume, would they come back around?
Yeah, they'll come back around.
And the other stuff is just kind of about Trent says, do you think it will take longer to get Ducky, Bunny, and Porky? And do you think they will make a Bo Peep costume bundle? We kind of already talked about, we don't know what will happen with the costume, but the costume is permanent, so they'll be around some way to get the other stuff for her costume.
I'd be so frustrated if they made a costume bundle, because
I think a lot of people would.
Because I would have rather spent $5 than all this time. Mm-hmm. It's been just a massive amount of time and energy put into collecting these, on top of people that have spent 12,000 elixir. So I don't think I hope they don't make a bundle for it.
People will be upset, definitely.
Yeah. I think, like, going back to that last question, I think that I could see comfy costumes coming back in bundles.
Yeah.
They were already in bundles at the end of events anyway. And now we're starting to see these new bundles, these Tower Challenge bundles, I call them, becoming more available. Like, there was a Zero and Cackling Concession bundle that was available for $3.99. Right? So now you can start buying characters individually. So I think that they're exploring new models of ways to release content to people. And so I think those will be available. I don't think Bo Peep, though.
Okay, that's good for questions.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So I mentioned the Zero and Cackling Concession Stand bundle. It's really awesome that they're making these characters available now in these Tower Challenge bundles. Next week on the show, it was a good suggestion from one of the admins of my group that we discuss the Is It Worth It about these bundles and talk about them, and if you only have one character from a set. So just kind of looking a little bit better to someone who doesn't have any characters or is maybe only missing a few from a set. Are these sets worth it? So we'll talk about that next week. The Alice in Wonderland and Nightmare Before Christmas Legendary tests were available this week for the usual price of 60 gems each, or $9.99 for a 6-pack. All right, there were no new 5-star ratings this week and no new 5-star reviews. So hopefully we can read some next week. Shoutouts go to Daniel Gizar for an awesome conversation this week. Shoutout goes to Tom Wright, so that I will hopefully be getting some collaboration with very soon. Shoutouts go to everyone that's been in YouTube chat today. It's been a very lively chat, so thank you to everyone who's been in there today. Yeah, and of course, shout out to AGeekyChick for being awesome and being back on the show again. Anyone, any shout-outs for you?
Yeah, I'll shout out to the people who were quick to answer my call for questions. And I didn't read all the questions because some of them we kind of just answered, throughout the show. But somebody, there was Boost Mobile, Michael B, Magic Gamer, something, Polly something, and Trent and Michael B had 2 questions. But all of them were answered throughout the show. But thank you guys for jumping on the community tab and answering or submitting questions.
If you are not already a part of AGeekyChick's community, do it. AGeekyChick is awesome. She has amazing videos that she puts out very regularly about the game. She does live streams, live stream recaps, all sorts of awesome content. So I'm sure you're all familiar with her by now if you listen to the show, but if you for some reason haven't, all of the links to her information will be in the show notes as well. Next week's show, it's a mystery guest. That's just my way of saying I have no clue who's going to be on the show next week. I will find somebody. It might be AGeekyChick returning next week.
I was going to say, it might be me.
It might be AGeekyChick. I might go solo. Who knows? It is a mystery guest. It might be AMM Sharknado. Maybe he or she will be my guest next week. We don't know.
The hint is really good. I'll be like, pick me.
Who has a cool accent out there? If you have a cool accent, I want you on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So write to me. Anyone from Australia? I know there's Australians out there. All right. Anyway. All right. So if you want to be more involved. All right. So we're wrapping up. Remember to stay on YouTube chat. We'll talk for a few more minutes and then we'll get going for the night. If you want to be more involved with the show, you can follow us on Twitter at @ATKPodcast and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/ATKPodcast. Here you'll find out before anyone else about any breaking news that we hear, information on contests and giveaways, when new shows are published, and of course my ramblings and photos from my day-to-day playing. The show's Facebook group is up, and it's a great way to easily interact with me and the other fans of the show as we talk about our favorite game. The link to our group will be in the show notes and can also be found on the show's main Facebook page. Also, you can write into the show. Our email address is aroundthekingdompodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the show, what's working, what's terrible, or any other topic you want to write in about. Or even if you just want to say hi. We're now on YouTube, so if you want to watch the show and see me and my awesome guests, please head on over, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and smash the bell to get notified when a new show goes live. The link to our show will be in the show notes. If you want to help support the show, please head on over to iTunes, subscribe to the podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. Doing this is quick and easy, costs you nothing, but helps us greatly to be seen by other people so they can enjoy the show also. Listening to the show is all we can really ask for, but if you do want to help support the show in another way, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/aroundthekingdom. We're halfway towards our first goal to help the production of the show, and it's a great way to show your support for about $1 an episode. All Patreons will get a special shout out at the beginning of each episode. Again, it's patreon.com/aroundthekingdom. The link will be in the show notes. Thanks again for joining us this week. In case you need to know, this show has been a mini event of episode 37. So we'll see you next week from myself and AGeekyChick. We hope you have a great night, and we will see you around the kingdom next week.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Still streaming, but show is over. Good job.
Yay. show.
Okay, let's see.
I
Um,
never have a cough until you hit record. And I'm like,
every week. Every week. And my throat never gets dry, but I do talk a lot on this show for like an hour and 15 minutes nonstop. I feel like my daughter. Man,
thirsty.
she never, no, doesn't stop talking for an hour and a half.
Oh.
Let's see. So Ryan says next week Steve's guest will be Maximus's voice actor. um,
Oh. I have no idea what that keyhole. It's giving me no hints.
what do you think is coming in update 31? What I think is, well, they said something about the chess system, or yeah, the chess system update is coming in 31, according to what they've said. You know, they said that they've made all these changes. The happiness update was pushed directly in correspondence to what was going on in episode or in update 31 with chests. So that's blatant. That was spelled out and written in stone by Disney. Not that they're gonna hold to that, but that's what they said. So I think that an update to the chess system is coming. I don't know. Maybe something new with Merlin. Maybe Merlin will have a new spell that will collect items. Maybe they'll introduce new Merlin characters. Maybe they'll introduce King Arthur. You know, little boy Arthur. Something with Merlin, possibly. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It's interesting because, you know, it's coming out right with the Toy Story stuff. I don't think that there's going to be an event. Like, I just don't. I don't know. I just think that they might just add more permanent content. And just
And what about those chests that we got that come with on the calendar only with the happiness and the elixir?
They're not chests. We've gotten them.
Yeah.
And they're not. It's not like you click and tap and
Yeah.
open a chest and you're getting anything. It's just like
It's just a treasure.
it's just a placeholder, yeah, just for happiness and magic. So they're definitely pushing out a lot of magic. So yeah, I don't know. There's going to be. I expect it to be big. I mean, I've been trying to get in a hold of people at Gameloft, and they've all been too busy to work with me because they're just working so hard on this update 31. So it's going to be big, and if it's not, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. But yeah.
I feel like Michael stopped holding in. That's what she said, Jones.
Love a bundle that has Forky and the Star Shooter from Dran. Yeah, I don't think they're going to put them together. I think they're going to try to maximize profits. Or who knows? Star Shooter could be, like the Barnstormer, like the Barnstormer. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Got lightning and thunder. We got another storm wind or tornado watch until midnight.
Do you need to go to your basement?
We don't have basements in Texas.
Okay.
No, a warning. Go to the safest place, but it's just a tornado watch right now. No sirens, but I hear the thunder coming.
Okay. So we'll wrap this up pretty quickly. The Instagram post has an archway in the bottom right-hand corner of the keyhole that I can't see in the kingdom. Whatever it is, I'm excited. Yep, I agree.
I hope it's something just like nobody could even think of. Like, same old, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I want new mini events also. After this mini event extravaganza, I'm tired of the same old mini events. We need something new.
Why do no mini events involve Minnie? Why do no mini events involve Minnie?
Oh, I know.
you could have a mini event.
Well, they used to have, but those weren't her. The parasols that you tap,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
polka dot parasols.
yeah, that's true. Those were mini events, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's about it though. They, did you welcome Michael Darling? I thought you welcomed Michael Darling.
Yes, I welcomed Michael.
Rock the dots. Yeah, rock the dots.
That's
Are
why
you seeing weather warnings on weather? Are you in Texas, Stacy? Because like all of North Texas is on a tornado watch.
Yeah, you guys picked an awesome part of the country to live in.
Yeah. Well, you know, first we were in Houston and it was hurricane flooding. Luckily, we were never flooded. And then we moved to North Texas and now it's tornadoes. And the sirens actually have gone off. Like just once though since we've been here. But that is scary. When you hear the sirens,
Yeah. Scary. Yep. Oh, thank you. I'm in my basement right now. So.
But you don't have any tornadoes.
We had a whole bunch of tornado warnings
Really?
a few weeks ago.
Oh.
But, all right, let's see. Let's wrap it up and see if there's anything else going on here. The poo chest. This.
Weeks. I know Daniel tagged me. Nothing new. So we're gonna have to wait till the morning.
Yeah, we will wait till the morning. I'm excited for tomorrow morning.
Kingdom on Instagram?
I'm sorry?
Are you on Instagram?
Around the Kingdom is not on Instagram.
Okay.
I have a personal account that's on there, but
Okay.
I have too much social media. Does anyone want to be the Around the Kingdom Instagram person? Because I'll happily give that job to somebody.
I'm struggling with the AGeekyChick Instagram, so if anybody volunteers.
Yeah, anyone listening to this, anyone who's still listening to this an hour and 45 minutes or whatever into this show, then you actually like this show enough to want to be my Instagram person, let me know. And we can have a little chat if you're an Instagrammer. And maybe you could be my social media Instagram person. Because God knows I can't keep up.
It's too much work.
It's so much work. This show is a lot of work. A lot of work. Many, many hours a week of work. And I love it. I love every minute of it, but it's just too much. I cannot Instagram. I'm too old for Instagram. Like, people my age don't Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Insta what? People my age don't do Snapchat. I don't even know what's going on with that. I don't want to know what's up with that. I don't need to go like this. No. I'm not a Snapchat guy.
I have Snapchat, but I don't think I'm using it right. I don't know.
Yeah. If you're using it, you're not using it right. That's just the end of it. But all right, thank you everyone for joining us this week. I'm gonna wrap it up now. I appreciate everyone out there who's still sticking around. Alicia, Sharknado, Dran, Stacy.
The real MVPs.
Ryan Ellis. I know he's in the UK, so I don't know why he's not asleep. But all right, thank you everyone. You guys are awesome. Have a good night. Stay safe. Go into a basement somewhere. All right, good night.